Still talking about the NFL, there's a lot of controversy surrounding former quarterback Colin Kaepernick and his message of equality. Several football players have kneeled during the national anthem in support of him and his fight. And today, thousands of people joined in speaking out against police brutality. 2 states, 4 churches, and roughly 2,500 people. Paul Dudley reports.
At New Home Family Worship Center, there's never really a dress code. It's kind of a come-as-you-are sort of place. But on Sunday, churchgoers at the Uptown location and in New Orleans East, as well as in Baton Rouge and in Houston, were encouraged to wear Nike.
Our pastor has called this day Just Do It Day in support of the cause, really, that Colin Kaepernick is supporting. And Nike just so happens to be a company that supports him in this cause.
Colin Kaepernick was the first NFL player to kneel during the national anthem as a way to protest police brutality against African Americans.
We are standing united as one voice, saying that racial profiling and partiality is not going to be tolerated.
Nike made Kaepernick the face of their Just Do It campaign, sparking great support, but also controversy. Kenner Mayor Ben Zahn felt so strongly about it, he issued a memo banning the city booster clubs from using taxpayer dollars on Nike products. He later said his patriotism inspired the memo. The memo was rescinded this week.
I think that the message has been distorted. We've been focusing on flags and we've been focusing on anthems and things of that nature, but the focus should be on what it was initially intended to be, and that is the death of so many young black men at the hands of officers who were either inept or evil.
Christian rapper Flavor definitely didn't agree with the memo, but says fixing the issue of police brutality won't be solved with hate.
We got to come together and show love to one another. We got to come together and be on one accord. We got to come together and stand for something. So at the end of the day, when folks stand up together, nobody's down on the ground falling because we all here to help each other up.
Paul Dudley, Eyewitness News.